Welcome back here. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video. I want to answer a question that is out there that people have been asking over time. And the question is whether can Christians use sex toys? Should Christian married couples use sex toys in their marriage? I've written a blog on this, right? So many other contemporary topics, many other issues that you may want to take a look at. So if you follow the address of the screen or just click on the address of the blog in the description section, you'll be able to just see wow, many amazing things that are written on. Okay, now today I want to talk about can a Christian couple use sex toy in their marriage? I think the first thing for us to understand is that are there rules around sex in marriage? Are there rules? I'm a Christian, I'm a lawyer, right? And I'm in Nigeria, so I'm going to try to address this issue from my various orientations, from my various upbringing and my worldview, right? And I've gone through scriptures and I do not see a place where a particular sexual behavior or sexual style was prescribed for Christians, was given to them as a command, as it were. So, and this is usually what I say, that anything that God did not give a black and white rule on is something he has left to our discretion for us to use the default intelligence, to use the default wisdom that he has given to us. Because the truth about it is that when God created man, he created man to be smart and to be intelligent, right? And so man can think in his ordinary wisdom, he can do superb things, he can do amazing things. And we can see all of that through Bible. We can see people, even right from the Tower of Babel, people deciding to use their brain to do something that was mind-blowing. So when it comes to sex, there's no this is how you must do it, this is how you should not do it, this is acceptable, this is not acceptable when it comes to sex in marriage. We don't have that in scriptures. So what then should guide us when it comes to sex in marriage? Since we cannot say that this is the instruction we give us, apart from the fact that we know that we are supposed to be faithful to our spouses and we are supposed to satisfy our spouses' sexual needs and their desires, right? So what other rules should guide us? For us at the Authorized Passion, we just have this basic thing with which we advise married people to guide their sexuality. Number one, any act that does not once you are married and you are thinking of in this our marriage, what is it that is right, what is it that is wrong? These questions from the Authorized Passion will help you know whether it is proper or not for you to have that particular sexual activity in your marriage. The first thing is, does this sexual activity violate our conscience? Right? The moment one person in the marriage relationship feels that no, this does not go well with my conscience, no, this does not go well with my spirit, no, this does not go well with my heart, then automatically that sexual activity is not proper, should not be done in that marriage, because it violates the conscience of one person. So if you violate the conscience of the two people, wow, that's fine. But if you violate the conscience of just one in the marriage, it is sufficient, very sufficient for you to say, no, we are not doing this. Then the second thing we usually look at for is to ask, does this particular sexual activity, does it jeopardize the health of any person in the marriage? So if it does not jeopardize your health, it does not jeopardize your physical body. Remember, if you're in a place like Nigeria, our emergency numbers, our emergency system is still developing, amen, right? So getting to a hospital early, getting an emergency attended to you early, you may even get to the hospital and they'll tell you that there's no bed, right? So if the sexual activity jeopardizes your partner's health, jeopardizes your spouse's health or your health, then it is not proper for your marriage. Now, these two things guiding everything that has to do with sex in your marriage automatically becomes what you should match sex toys against. Let's just understand what sex toy is. I went on Google and I just decided to search on the meaning of sex toy, and I saw an object or device used for sexual stimulation or to enhance sexual pleasure, right? An object or device used for sexual stimulation or to enhance sexual pleasure. I'd like to just ask you this question, right? Is it wrong to use anything extra to stimulate, to cause sexual stimulation in your marriage? And is it wrong to enhance the sexual pleasure in your marriage? That's just a question I want to ask. Every time we do different things to see how we can spice up what happens in the bedroom. We bring in the candles, we bring in the colored bulbs, we use the perfumes, the air fresheners, we use the music balls, we use the cute bed sheets, we choose some particular amazing romantic furniture in the bedroom. We do different things. We even take fruits and food and spices that will enhance the activities of our hormones sexually and the rest. So the question is that if we do all of that, what is wrong with actually using a device or an object for sexual stimulation or to enhance sexual pleasure? What there is wrong, right? Like seriously, what is not wrong in it? That's just the question, because everything that happens in the bedroom of a couple is exclusively theirs, right? It's exclusively theirs. We do not have the right to judge it. They are the ones who determine if it is right or wrong. It's the couple that determines whether a sexual activity in their marriage is right or wrong. And we said that the only way we will come into your personal affairs, the only way we will try to do amebo and poke nose into your own sexual business in your matrimonial bedroom will be, number one, we want to ask you, does the sexual activity violate the conscience of any person in the marriage, or does it jeopardize or risk the health of any person in the marriage? If it does not, what's our business? What's our concern? I know the problem about it is that when people think about sex toys, they think about masturbation, right? So the problem is not the sex toys. The problem for many people is what sex toys are used for. Right? So if a person is a single person, for example, or the person is married and the person is denying the spouses, and the person is now using sex toys to get sexual pleasure, to get sexual satisfaction, then you may want to raise an eyebrow. You may want to bring in the issue of masturbation. You may want to bring in because masturbation is solo sex, and sex is supposed to be shared. Sex is supposed to be co-experienced with your spouse. So you might want to say, no, we don't approve of masturbation. We don't approve of solo sex. We do not approve of any sexual activity that that prevents you from meeting the sexual needs and giving your spouse sexual pleasure, right? So the issue is not the sex toys. The issue is what the sex toys are used for. If a couple decide to use sex toys together during their sexual activities and the rest, I don't see anything wrong in that. It's just an object or a device used for sexual stimulation and also to enhance sexual pleasure. I do not see anything in that. In a couple trying to enhance what they are experiencing, trying to enhance what they enjoy. I may have a contrary opinion. I have a contrary opinion if it is just a spouse that is using it to give himself or to give herself solo sexual pleasure while denying the spouse sexual satisfaction, right? I may have an issue with that. I may have an issue if it is a single person that is using sex toys. I'm like, okay, you're masturbating right now. How does this generally affect your mental health? How does this affect your social relationship with other people in the community? But aside that, no, not really. Some other people have also asked me whether then will it be okay for a couple in a long distance marriage, in a long distance marriage. And I usually say that marriage was not designed to be a long distance thing, but I do understand that there are reasons why some couple may not just be able to be together at particular time to actually enjoy sexual pleasure together, and they may be apart. I usually advise that as much as you can, do everything possible to ensure that you get reconciled, to ensure that you get to live together again. If that couple, while being apart, chooses to use sex toys to satisfy themselves sexually, most especially when it comes to sexting, when it comes to other sexual activities and behavior, I may not be able to say that they are wrong. At the same, again, I leave it to their conscience, and I leave it to whether it jeopardizes or risk their physical health and their mental health and their emotional health. That's my opinion on this particular question. My name is Ella. I'm alright. Remember to drop a comment and share this with your friends so that they get to enjoy what you're enjoying, right? If you ask a question, you can be so sure that I'll personally attend to it. And hey, my WhatsApp number is there. It's on the screen. It's also in the description section. Just send me a message and I'll respond to it. You rock.